Last week we covered the C chord, and this week we're going to cover the F chord. Just like last week, find the chord the same way. Thumb on F, 4 half steps, 1.5 half steps, and that's our F. Now, just like we did with the C chord, we inverted. So we threw the F up, and we played it here. Then we threw the A up, we played it there, and etc. all the way up the scale. Now, there's one note like it was in the C chord. C chord was an F note. Couldn't hit the F note because it was so far out of tone. Now, on the F chord, if you listen here, here's the F chord. F sharp is the one that's ding, it's out there. So we hit everything except the F sharp, as you see here, as I put it. So in other words, you can play all the white keys, but you can't play that one F sharp. So now, we're going to go, I'm going to play the F down here. It's a little low, but here it is. Now, you play your chord for exercise. Now, what I want you to do is run down the scale slowly, playing every single note except the F sharp. So go up this way, and then when you get up top, come on down, just sliding right on down. Oh, see, I almost hit the F sharp, not supposed to. And we practice that for this week until you get all your harmonies in, because we need to learn and we need to hear all those different harmonies so we know exactly where they are and where they tone in with our chord. Now, I forgot to tell you last week, but if you have a piano, make sure it's tuned, because if it's not tuned, you're not going to pick up that harmony right. It's going to be off. So you got to make sure that that piano is tuned. Also, if you have an organ or if you have a tone wheel, like in other words a tone wheel, make sure it's set at 0, so your tone is always right on. Okay. Now, the reason that I'm having you do this is so that when you start playing, even when you're reading music, and you have an emotion or a feeling that seems to just drive you, that you want to hear something different, you'll know what that is. And if you learn chords the old way, or at least the way I was taught originally to do it, would be to take each chord and each one of its variations, like an F minor, an F augmented, an F diminished, an F7th, an F major 7th, and so on, through all those different variations. What you have is that you've got the F, and with all the variations you're hitting every one of those notes except an F sharp. So I'm making it simple. I'm bringing you back to where you're just using an F, and then you're going to learn to hear all those sounds. That way, if you're playing something, you automatically can play into it for what you want to have an accent on. You'll automatically do that. And we'll get into the chords later, and I will teach you all the variations of those chords. But right now, I just want you to hear, and I want you to learn that way. Now, as I told you last week with the C, I wanted you to give you a variation where you started learning, doing some kind of a rhythm. week we've got the F chord. So again, yeah. I want you in your mind to see where the keys are and count in your head before you even hit the keys. Da-da-da, da-da-da. And then you already know what to hit, if you follow what I'm getting at. And you will get to that point where if you're sight reading music, you'll know you'll be reading 3 or 4 bars ahead, just like you do when you're reading a book. And your brain is going to tell you what key to hit when you're ready to hit it on tone. So anyway, so what we're going to do here is just start putting a little bit of sound rhythm to your exercise. What's interesting is that I haven't gone slow with a run in so many years that it's hard for me to show you how to do it, because this is how I usually do a run. So and I'm teaching myself to slow down, and I'm teaching you how to speed up. So we got some in common there. Anyway, so for this coming week, I just simply want you to practice. And coming down. Play all the notes except the F sharp. Simple as that. Now, last week I had you working on trying to create a song, and I'm sure you did something. So, to give you an idea of what we're working on, I'm trying to teach you so you get to where we're going to put in a cadence. In other words, an F, C, G, and a blues cadence. So we've already got the C down. So now we go to an F. Now we go back to a C. Then you add some black keys in if you want to. So you just work on that. C, goof around a little bit, hit all those notes except an F, and in the F, hit all the notes except of an F sharp. Okay, and then have fun. And I will see you next week, and we'll work on the G chord, and then from there it's going to be a little more exciting for you. Okie doke. Hey, thanks. See you later.